Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I will show you how you can add this kind of embedded details on your surfaces. Also, we are going to push it a little bit harder and we are going to try to model these on a curved surface. I highly suggest you to watch this tutorial, especially if you want to level up your modeling skills, because I got this question a lot about how you can add this kind of embedded details on your objects. I believe after watching this tutorial, you are going to have a clear idea how you can do that. Anyway, now let's get into the tutorial. First, I'm going to model the basic shape as simple as possible. First, we are going to need an image plane, obviously. So let's hit Shift and V back, import these in. I'm going to rotate this, then some transparency. Yes, we are good to go. I will bring in a cube, change the size. Then I'm going to make it editable, hit C on the keyboard, then grab these edges by holding Shift, then right click, select bevel tool. I'm going to bevel these with 2 subdivisions. I guess that will be enough. Then I will go into polygon mode, hold down Shift and select these polygons. Actually, yeah, let's select them both. Then I'm gonna grab Inset tool and I will do something like that. Then I will delete these polygons. Let me turn off that work plane. Now I will grab loop cut tool, hold down Shift, add this one in, and set these numbers to 2. Same here. I want an uniformal mesh. Then I will grab close polygon hole tool and close that hole. I will select patch and let's set this to 2. Same here, just rotate this around. You will eventually find the perfect patch. Then I will make that selection, then field selection, select these only, invert the selection. We got what we want, but to make things harder, I'm gonna hold down Shift and use Spherify Deformer. You may be tempted to do this by, let me show you, moving these polygons up like that. Then maybe you can grab these and move them up as well. But if you follow this approach and if you apply the subdivision surface, the surface will not be as smooth as we want. I don't know if it's coming true, but this is not an ideal way to model this kind of shapes. So to do this better, I'm gonna work with Spherify Deformer. I will make it larger. Then we don't want to change the scale too much. So something like that will be enough. Then we can increase the strength of this deformer by moving that point. And here we go. Now the surface will be perfect. I'm gonna right click on my object and click on connect objects and delete. Then I could go into edge mode and flatten out these edges. Hold down Control and extrude these out. This time I will hold down Shift and scale. After scaling, hold down Shift and stop at 0%. Perfect. Now I will make a loop selection. Then I'm gonna hold down Control and clone these in. Let me check the top view. Yeah, something like that. Then I'm gonna grab these polygons with loop selection tool, hold down Control and bring these down 2 times. Q, and here we go. This is looking perfect. That was the easy part. Now let's get into the harder part. Let's see how we can model this embedded detail on the surface. First, we need to check out the current polygon amount on the middle section of the model. In this case, we have 9 polygons. Obviously, that amount of polygons will not be enough to model out this detail, right? So we need to find a way to have more polygons. And the easiest way to do this is the subdivision surface. Enable this, but 2 will be too much. So I'm going to set this to 1, and it's going to be more than enough for us to model that detail. Obviously, if we have more detailed shapes to be modeled on the surface, you may need something like 2, but in this case, this amount of polygons will be more than enough for me. After doing that, I can make the subdivision surface editable. Hit C on the keyboard. I'm going to make a duplicate of this object, and I'm going to rename this to projection because we will be doing that. hide this for the moment and let's continue work on this one. So these polygons are already selected. Now I want to know how many border edges this polygon selection has. So I'm gonna select the first one, hold down Ctrl and Shift, select this, then this, and this. So it says 24. If you don't have this, you can hit Shift and V, go to HUD and enable. Let me see which one is that. Yeah, this selected points and edges. You can enable all of them. Anyway, let's get back to this one. So we know exactly how many edges we will need to add in to model that detail 24. I'm going to hide this one for the moment. Grab polygon pen tool, and E, and let's start from here. Alt and Control. Something like that. I don't think we need to model the other sides. We can use symmetrize. All right, this is looking fine. Now let's flatten out these points. Select them. Go to coordinates, zero out position and sizes. Then I could grab all the polygons, open up symmetrize. I will be using the global space. And since we modeled these on the minus side of the x-axis, I'm going to click on x2 plus and hit OK. Then I will continue working on here because we need to fill in that gap. Just hold down Control and extrude a few times. Over here, let's get rid of that and add this one in. Then I'm gonna close that hole. Again, we can grab all of them and click on symmetrize. Perfect. Now we need to double click on the boundary edges. And it says 22. So we have two more edges to be added on this shape. So let's see where we could add these in. You know, we have it. We have this triangle. Why don't we get rid of these? Then after doing that, I could add that edge in. Also, by adding these, I will have a better control over that curve because of that sport edge over here. Then I could move these around with the polygon pen tool. Okay, I think we are good to go. Before moving forward, I'm going to click on symmetrize. And that's going to be it. Actually, we are going to need one more thing. I'm going to add these edges. Actually, why don't we do this with the extrude tool? It's going to be really easy. Just double click the boundary and grab extrude tool. Extrude these out. If you don't see anything, that means that you need to change the rotation. I'm going to set this to 90. Control Z. Do this one more time, and here we go. It says 23. I don't know why. Yeah, because we need to click on symmetrize. Then double click one more time, and it says 24. Perfect. We are good to go. All I need to do, close these holes. We can delete these. To test this out, I'm going to turn out at this subdivision surface. I'm going to add these in. Let's see how we can put this back on the surface. First, we are going to need to, let me delete that subdivision surface for the moment. First, we need to project these on this object. So I'm going to select my polygon object, hold down Shift, select shrink wrap deformer, and put this one. Let me select this one back and put this one over here. Perfect. And that's going to be it. I'm going to right click on my object and click on connect objects and delete. Now I will go back to this one and I will need to delete these polygons. But before doing that, I will make a duplicate of this object and rename that to projection. Actually, you know what? We have this already. I will just delete these, grab these, to right click and click on connect objects and delete. Now, Since these have exactly the same amount of edges, I will be able to make a perfect bridge. And for this one, I'm gonna use stitch and sieve tool. I'm gonna connect that point to that one. The ones right in the middle. Then I'm gonna add that loop cut in, but that triangle is gonna make it harder. Okay, then I will try to add that loop cut in, but I have this option on. So I'm gonna turn this off, add this one in. Let's set this to 2. Perfect. We are not done yet though. I'm gonna this time double click on these edges, make a fill selection and split out these polygons, go back to the first one and delete them. And I'm gonna hide this one for the moment. We have a few steps left to do on that section. I'm gonna hold down shift, hit the shrink grab deformer first, and I'm gonna use that projection. Then the most important tool will be coming and it's gonna be the smoothing deformer. It should be above the shrink wrap deformer. And if I turn this on and off, we are going to see what does that tool do. It is smoothing out the polygons and it is trying to give us the perfect topology as much as possible. Everything is looking fine to me except that part. So after applying this, I will be spending some time over here, but overall this is looking great. Let's apply this, right click, connect objects and delete. Then I will grab polygon pen tool and let's slide this around. Then let's put this back. These edges are going to be important to tighten up that part. All right, so now I can unhide the first one, connect these back. Then I will select all the points and use optimize tool to merge these close points. I'm going to hold down Alt at the subdivision surface, click off with NNA, and here we go. The surface is looking perfect. We need to make that extrusion, hold down Shift, select these edges, hold down Control, extrude these 2 times, then let's use close polygon hole tool. I will select the basic one, then select that polygon island, make an inset. I think, yeah, we forgot to select these edges. Hold down Control, do this one more time, close polygon hole tool, select that polygon island, inset. Then we need to connect these points by hand. Okay, let's enable subdivision surface. Nice. Maybe as a last touch, we could grab these edges and then grab slide tool, hold down Control and clone these out. Slide these off the points. Perfect. To test the surface out, we could create a mocap material. And let's set this to red. I'm gonna add a GGX, Fresnel place, some roughness maybe. Yeah, looking perfect. This is also looking perfect. I'm gonna set a darker color. This is looking really good. I guess we could have done a better job on that section, but overall, this is looking really, really good. Let's go into model mode. I'm gonna enable snap and axis mode. Move this one over here and add that symmetry, welding on, and we want this on the Y. Perfect. Alright everyone, that's gonna be it for this tutorial. I hope you liked the tutorial and learned something new. I always use this technique, I mean combining both subdivision, shrink wrap deformer and smoothing deformer to model details on any kind of surface. If you combine this, I believe you could model everything you want in terms of getting this kind of details. Anyway, thank you again very much for watching this tutorial, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye.